Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight I am here to give you another reaction video. I'm going to be reacting to Myka's favorite fall things and replacing her favorites with mine. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so this is going to be really interesting. I haven't watched this. I like to save my reaction for when I'm actually filming the video, but I saw favorite fall things tag and I think that it's going to be like any other tag video, and I'm going to give you guys my favorites in replacement of hers. And I just want to give a disclaimer. Anytime I talk about Myka, you know, the last reaction video that I did have some questions, not many, but a couple, like, why are you talking about her, you know, whatever. The reason that people need to continue talking about Myka is because if people just leave the past in the past and move on, it's going to allow her an outlet of quiet time to creep back onto YouTube. So it's very important that people continue to talk about her and share the truth behind what she did with H. And if people get sick and tired of hearing about her, I'm sorry. Well, I'm not really sorry. Let me pump the brakes. I'm not sorry, but I do think that I do a decent job of mixing it up on my channel about not flooding you guys with only talking about Katie Joy, only talking about Nikocado Avocado, only talking about Myka Stauffer. Like, I want it to be a mix of everything, but I am going to continue to talk about her. And if poking fun at some of her videos is you know, content for me, then that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to watch this little tag. And one thing, when I pulled up this tag, it said that it's a collab with Jolene. And I went in her description box and went on Jolene's YouTube channel because I wanted to see what this girl was all about. All of her videos are gone. So I don't know what the deal with that is. I then went over to this girl's Instagram page. She is still posting on Instagram, so I don't know if she just decided YouTube wasn't for her. She has a small following, around 8,000 subscribers. And it's funny because this was at on December 3rd, 2014, and it only has 1,100 views. So this was before, way before Myka was, you know, YouTube famous, way before she had any traction on YouTube and started messing with all the algorithms. It's very interesting to see her content then versus the more recent stuff, and just how engulfed she became with money and materialistic items. And you know, she started doing the higher end hauls, showing, you know, jewelry and the Louis Vuitton bags and the luxury cars that they bought and the nice house. It's very interesting to see this older version of Myka. Still, I think she's annoying and not relatable at all. But it's just interesting to see how the money definitely changed her personality. So let's watch and see what she has to say. This is probably going to be a really dumb video, but hopefully you guys like my favorites. I'll replace her favorites with mine as needed, and we will get through this together.
Hi guys, I am so excited to be doing this video today. You have no idea. I'm doing this video fall favorites tag with a good friend of mine, Jolene.
You actually pronounced her friend. It's not her friend. She doesn't care about this girl. Jolene. So that's how you actually pronounce the girl's name. It's so funny because these YouTubers act like they're friends and they've never met each other in real life. They, you know, happen to stumble across each other on YouTube and decide to do one collab video. I'm pretty sure Myka never talked to this girl after this collab. The world of influencers is so fake and phony, and I know I really harp on this a lot, but I really want you guys to, you know, I come to things with a level mind. You have to look at these influencers for what they are. they are putting forth this persona of this unachievable lifestyle where they're just able to make videos and go to expensive lunches and go spend $500 at Target and, you know, buy the nice cars and have all of this materialistic bullshit in their houses. And again, that's why I have been very diligent in who I subscribe to on YouTube, because I don't want to look at a life that is completely materialistic and perfect and everything's, you know, hauls, and look at how much money I'm able to spend and you're not. You're paying for this haul by watching my video. That's just not my vibe at all. So by making these videos on not only Myka, but other influencers as well, I just want you guys to be able to look at it and decide, is this someone that I really want to support financially, or would I rather put my view time towards someone who I actually can relate to and I feel like they're not just shoving this unattainable lifestyle in my face.
I'm going to leave all of her information in the description box below. I'm going to leave her YouTube channel, and I'm going to leave all of her social media information for you to check her out. Honestly, go show her some love. She is from Belgium. She is the sweetest person you will ever meet. Like, when you
how does she know this girl is so sweet? Like, you've never met her. She lives in a completely different country. Like, why lie? Oh, she's so sweet, she's the best person ever. Like, you don't know this girl, you know, and I'm not saying the girl isn't sweet, but like, you don't know her.
See her videos on YouTube, you feel instantly like she's already your best friend. Like, you already know her. She is honestly one of the most genuine and kindest YouTubers I have ever come across.
Genuine and kind, the exact opposite of what Myka is, in my opinion.
And I am so happy to have created such a friendship with her, and today we are doing this collab, and I'm very, very excited. So she's going to be leaving her video in the link below. I'll leave it in the description box below, so make sure you check out hers, show her some love, and like I said, be sure to subscribe. She's from Belgium, like I said, so some of her fall favorites.
Yes, we heard she's from Belgium. Thank you for repeating yourself.
It might be a lot different from some of my fall favorites. But anyways, let's get started with the video.
Can we just talk about this again? This is the one thing that Myka has not changed during her whole time on YouTube, based on my, you know, time watching her videos. It's this really nasally, annoying voice that she does, and I don't think that she speaks like that in her real life, but it's very nasally, it's very very pitchy, and she's just she puts off this persona like she's just the happiest person ever, and I don't believe she's that way. Like, nobody is that happy all of the time. She is so unrelatable, and it's just baffling to me how anyone, even before the whole H thing, how did anyone watch her and feel like they had any type of connection with Myka?
Okay, I hope I do this good. Oh my goodness. Favorite face product. Okay. My favorite face product of all times right now is actually the Becca.
So she's saying her favorite face product of all time. I thought that this was a favorite fall things. I think the intention behind this question was, what's your favorite face product to wear in the fall? And Myka's answering it with her favorite face product of all time, but let's see what she picked.
Ultima Coverage Complexion Cream. And I just put it, like, I dot it on my face and just smear it in, and it does so nice, and it goes so well with like face moisturizer. Like, when I prime my face in advance, it's so good. You don't even understand how much I love it.
Oh my god. Okay, first of all, this Becca product that she chose is extremely high coverage. It's not good for anyone with a dry skin type, because it is more of a natural to matte finish. And then she says, especially when I pair it with a moisturizer, like, everyone moisturizes their face before they put foundation on. You're not sharing any sort of breaking news by saying, yeah, of course it looks better with a moisturizer. Who puts foundation on a dry, you know, bone dry skin? But I will say this foundation is super duper high coverage, and I would not recommend it for anyone with a dry skin type, and it would also not be ideal for mature skin either because of the super high coverage. It can look cakey, and if you are dealing with fine lines, it can definitely settle into those lines and just create a very unnatural finish, in my opinion.
This product, I've only had it for like 2 weeks, and I've gotten rid of all of my old foundations because this is like my new...
Oh, she's only had it for 2 weeks and she got rid of all of her foundations. I have a very hard time believing that. I have never once bought a foundation, used it for 2 weeks, and thrown away all of my other foundations because of the new one that I found. That's everything with her. This is the thing, and I know Josh over at Dad Challenge Podcast says this a lot too. Everything with Myka is so exaggerated. Like, just say that you like the foundation, you've been using it for a few weeks, but you like it so far. Why do you have to say, oh my God, it's my favorite. I've only been using it for 2 weeks, but I cleared out all of my makeup because I like this one so much. Like, nobody just tries a new makeup product, and then that would be like me trying a new bronzer and then using it for 2 weeks and getting rid of all of my other bronzers. That's just not, that's not smart. You're being financially ignorant if you're throwing away all of your makeup just because you bought a new thing that is good. Okay, so to share with you guys my favorite fall product for the face, it would definitely be, you know, I use this all year round, but my MAC Face and Body Foundation I absolutely love, especially in the fall and winter months, because it is moisturizing, very light and dewy in coverage, and it never gives me any issues with making my skin feel parched or like I am putting too much coverage over top of my skin. So face and body I do use all year round. I don't really have specific makeup that I only use in the fall. I use all my makeup all year round. The only thing that I might use in the fall and winter that I wouldn't use during the rest of the year might be like a really dark lipstick, but I don't even really wear that anymore. So I can be transparent with you guys and be honest and just say that most of my makeup I do wear year round. But if you are someone looking for something that is a little bit more nourishing, a little bit more easy on the skin for the drier winter months, I would look at MAC Face and Body.
My favorite cheek color. Let's see if I even brought that out. Oh my goodness, I didn't prepare. Oh my gosh. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. I totally didn't prepare for that.
Why does she keep saying my favorite cheek product of all times? First of all, it's all time. It's not plural. But why does she say that? I thought this was a fall things tag. The title literally says favorite fall things tag. So why are we showing all-time favorite makeup? This is not a holy grail makeup tag. God.
My favorite cheek product of all times is Hint from Bareminerals. It's honestly just really shimmery. It's a powder. It's a loose powder, and I love every single thing about it, especially
Myka, it's not especially, it's especially
fall, because sometimes I can lose my summer tan or just my summer skin. So for me, just getting a pop of color on my face really makes me feel like $1,000,000, and I'm all about that.
Okay, so she picks this shimmery Bareminerals powder as a cheek product. That's fine. I don't have anything against Bareminerals, but in my experience, I've never loved really shimmery products like directly on my cheeks. I save that for my bronzer or my highlighter because I have large pores here, and if you have large pores, texture, you know, fine lines or wrinkles, if you put something that is shimmery right on the apples of your cheeks, it's not going to do anything for you. And then she also says here that she can lose her summer color, and a pop of color on the cheeks helps. sure, maybe, but if you're trying to hold on to your summer color, if you are someone who loses a lot of your color in the winter months, relying on a bronzer is going to actually do a lot more work than what a pale pink blush is going to do, because the bronzer actually mimics sun and being tan. And as far as a favorite cheek product for me, I don't really have anything that I only use, you know, in the fall months, so I don't really have an answer for that. But I would say, if we're talking about blush, my all-time favorite blush is Exhibit A from NARS. It is a matte bright red blush. I've used it for many, many, many years. And the way that I use it is just a very, very tiny amount. And then I'll blend it out with my bronzer brush so that it sort of meshes with my bronzer and just doesn't look like this bright red. But it's super pretty, matte, easy to find. So yeah, Exhibit A.
My favorite eye product. I think I've talked about this before in like my November favorites or my October favorites video, but it is the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye palette with just a fabulous
Anastasia Beverly Hills, Myka.
colors. I've looked at so many eye palettes. I've looked at the Lorac Pro, and I've looked at so many. I can't find that.
So this Anastasia palette that she shows, it's funny because this is the old ABH packaging, so it's just sort of nostalgic to see on this video. Granted, this was 2014. The funny thing that I have to notice here is that she's saying that this is a favorite, but that palette does not look like it's been really used at all, in my opinion. Maybe it's just the way the video looks, I don't know. But if I'm going to pick one eyeshadow palette and tell you guys that it's my absolute favorite, it would be something that I had been using for a long period of time, because I understand that money doesn't come easy. Eyeshadow is expensive, especially when you're talking about higher end brands like ABH, Urban Decay, you know, Bareminerals, Becca, all of those brands, even though you can buy them at Ulta, they can be very pricey. Doesn't look like she's really used this palette at all, but she also seems like the type to just constantly just tell her subscribers to go buy stuff without really thinking, wow, maybe my subscribers don't have the income that I do, or don't have the desire to buy high-end makeup, you know, like I do. She doesn't seem like the type to even consider that ever.
Orange color in any palette, so that was honestly a big selling point for me, and I've actually utilized so many of the other colors, so I was like, yes, I'm so excited.
So she says that the orange color in the palette was a selling point for her. If I was looking for an orange eyeshadow, I would automatically either go to MAC or to ABH and buy a single pan eyeshadow. I would never, ever, ever buy an entire eyeshadow palette just for like one or two colors. I think that's being absolutely reckless with your money, and I would never recommend any of you guys do that either. Always go to MAC or ABH or Makeup Geek, any of those brands that sell single eyeshadows, and just get a single eyeshadow, or even get like two or three. Go to Makeup Forever, like any of these other brands. I would not feel good telling you guys, hey guys, I bought this palette because there was this one color or these two colors that I really gravitated towards, so I just bought the whole palette and now it's a favorite and now I'm telling you guys to buy it. That's ridiculous.
Lip product. I've been talking about this product a lot too on my channel, and I'm sorry, but it's my favorite. It's the cheapest thing in the world, and I love the pigmentation, and it lasts literally so long. Wet n Wild lipstick, $2. I'm addicted. I'm so addicted. I have like a bajillion in my lipstick drawer. I could just like pull them out forever. There's some colors I'm just like, I can still pull them out. I'm addicted to this stuff. But this color specifically, it's in the flesh, and it's just so pretty. Actually,
she says she has a billion and then or a bajillion and then pulls out like 4. Anyway, these Wet n Wild lipsticks, I have actually owned one of these. It was a super long time ago, probably around like 2012, 2013. Those Wet n Wild lipsticks, in my personal opinion, are junk. They are very drying, very uncomfortable to wear, and I'm not the type to really wear an actual lipstick. I would gravitate towards a tinted lip balm or something like a gloss. I'm usually a gloss girl. That's just how I roll. But yeah, these lipsticks, they are cheap and they're affordable, but they're really nothing to write home about.
I have it on right now. But look at that. Oh my gosh, isn't that so pretty? I love everything about that. That is just, oh, I love that. Ooh, that makes my day. That color makes my day.
That color makes her day. Boring.
My favorite hair product. This is the funniest question I've ever been asked ever.
Favorite hair product is the funniest question she has been asked ever. So let's hear her answer.
And if you know me personally, you know that like I know nothing about hair. Like I'm not very hair educated. So I can't give you a hair product whatsoever. I am still searching and looking for the perfect hair product. So if any of y'all have a really good hair product that you would highly recommend to help my dry ends, please let me know, because I don't have a hair product that I'm crazy about at all right now. And I am deeply in search of anything that works.
Can't educate anyone in hair. I don't know what she can educate anyone in, period, across the board. But, you know, she shows her ends and they do look rather straw-like, but it's probably because her hair has been over-processed by having bleach put on it and her not taking care of her hair and or not going to get a haircut often enough. You know how I feel, you know, it's not a fall thing, but I am Oribe all day, all night. I love it. Sulfate-free shampoo. You can really go with any brand. Pair it with a good conditioner or a mask. But when it comes to styling products and leave-in products, anything from Oribe is pricey, but in my personal opinion, worth the money. Every single product I have ever tried from Oribe, I have loved and repurchased. So I realize it's expensive, but in my opinion, I do think that their products are worth it.
My favorite fragrance or candle. My favorite fragrance is definitely Prada Amber. I love it. I love it all year round, but for sometimes like in fall and winter, it just really has such a romantic scent, and I just love it. It's very, I feel like it's a powerful scent in regards to it's just like a power woman scent. I don't know
what Prada Amber is. I don't know what fragrance she's talking about, but I have to say my Coco Mademoiselle that I wear year round, for some reason it smells better when it's a little chilly outside. I don't know why. I still wear it year round, but it's something when I walk outside with that on and the air is cooler, it just hits different. It's amazing, but it smells a little better in the fall, if I have to say so myself.
Favorite nail polish? I don't wear nail polish, so I don't have a favorite. I have some colors that I really like and sometimes I will wear, but for the most part, you're not gonna find me with nail polish. I like to keep things really simple and minimalistic. And
so favorite fall nail polish, she shows her fingers. I could be wrong. It looks like she is a nail biter, and just an observation that I'm making based off of this video. I don't know for sure, but favorite fall nail polish, anything like a dark wine or a dark burgundy for me. I'll wear that in the summer too, but I do gravitate towards those colors more in the winter. It's very funny to hear that she is calling herself a minimalistic kind of person when she is so, it's so obvious to me that she is so happy with surrounding herself with materialistic items, and at that, luxury materialistic items. So I know this was before the money really hit, but it's very funny to watch this, you know, in current day, knowing how materialistic she turned out to be.
Favorite trendy clothing item? I think one of my favorite trendy clothing items that I own is actually this, I don't know if you can see it very well, but it's a chevron dress and it's super mini. I have it on like one of the outfits I wore for an outfit of the night or outfit of the day. And what I love about it is just like, honestly, that burnt red, that's gorgeous with that gray. I like gray and red are both of my favorite colors. I wear more gray and red than any other color. So to combine them together, that's like, that is literally amazing. I think this dress is beautiful and chevron is so popular right now. So I guess this would be trendy because honestly, fall colors and chevron, oh yeah, I'm working it.
I'm working it. Okay, Myka.
Favorite comfy clothing item? Honestly, it's probably the sweater I'm wearing. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but it's just like, see, it's got that thing in the back and it's just so comfy, and it just like, you can collect it or you can like wear it like you'll be in a sexy mama. That was way too much. Why did I show you all my lovin'? Okay, but anyways, it is super, super comfy. You can like wrap it up, and in the back it's super, super fitted. So I love that about this, and I love being comfy, like wearing tight leggings and a big comfy.
I mean, chunky sweater, I can agree with her on that, but the way that she presented that was a little cringeworthy.
If I really want to be real with you, my favorite fall shoe right now is my slippers. Oh my gosh, my husband got them for me like 2 weeks ago, and they are acorn. They look a little bit grandma-ish, but like I said, I love red, and they're made with like fake chinchilla fur. And the number one thing that I love about these is they're 100% vegan and animal friendly. So, and they are so comfy. I don't think these things ever leave my feet. But the cool thing is, I think that my lipstick matches my shoes, so that's like amazing. I love that.
Okay. So whatever, like slippers being favorite fall shoe, like that's not really technically a shoe, but who cares? Then she's sitting there, her lipstick matches her shoe. It definitely doesn't. The lipstick was like a dusty plum color, and the shoe was definitely a true burgundy based on what I'm seeing in this video. So yeah.
My favorite fall accessory. My favorite fall accessory. I really like the comfy sweaters and probably cough drop, because I feel like I'm always sick. So, yep, comfy sweaters and a cough drop and we're good to go. We've got our accessories.
Okay. A comfy sweater, totally on board. That's fine. A cough drop, Myka, is not an accessory. I mean, let's be real, like she's trying to be funny and like quirky. It doesn't work for her. It comes off as her being dumb. Why would you even say that? Just say comfy sweater. You don't need to try to insert a bad joke into the middle of your video because it's not funny, and it like didn't land. It like snowballed and blew up into a million pieces.
Oh man. Fun favorite blah blah blah. Let's try that again. Okay, what's your favorite? Halloween or Thanksgiving? I think honestly my favorite is Thanksgiving. I'm crazy about the holiday. I love everything that it stands for. To be gracious and appreciative of all that's around you, and to get together all of your family, to get everyone together and not let gifts be involved or treats. Like, it's pretty much just food. To get together and get that many people together and just have a harmonious and beautiful time together. There is something so beautiful and so pure about that that just can't be touched. I love Thanksgiving. It has been one of my favorite holidays forever. Christmas is now like sneaking into Thanksgiving, which I love both of us. Love it. It's amazing, and it's such a good lesson to teach my children and to always be gracious. I love Thanksgiving. I generally love Thanksgiving. And I like Halloween, but for me, I feel like Halloween is so short-lived. I feel like you're out.
Let's be gracious and surround ourselves with family and, teach people that it's not all about gifts. It's about food and being with loved ones. This is the fakest bullshit that I've ever heard. Now, I do agree that a lot of people actually love Thanksgiving because they love their family and they love to be in the presence of loved ones and all of that good stuff. Myka does not fall into that category based on everything that I have seen. And it's funny because she's like, oh, it's a good lesson to teach my kids. But what are you teaching your kids by adopting a child from China, having him live in your home, recording the children's every move for, a very long time, and then getting rid of the child? What is that showing your children? What is filming everyone's every move and then all of a sudden moving into this McMansion and driving fancy cars? What is that showing your children? This is such bullshit.
All right, my favorite festive food or drink. Okay, my favorite food. This is like a tricky one. Probably apple crisp or pecan pie is definitely my favorite fall food. I love everything about that. I love that. But more than anything, for drinks, I like apple cider, like heated apple cider. My friend actually recently got me addicted to it, and I probably have like a hot glass of apple cider every single night. Hey, let's see. What's the happiest part about fall for you? I think the happiest part of fall for me is just the seasons are changing, and just like I said, Thanksgiving, you get to spend more time with your family. You know that everyone's going to be coming in town soon for the holidays to come, and I just love turning on the fireplace and like getting snuggly in my sweater. And
the level of fakeness with her is just through the roof. And watching these videos back in today's time, it really just reiterates how much the money and the YouTube fame changed her into this even more superficial, fake person that she is. I think that she was that way back then, but the money almost acted like a fuel to her fire. And again, I don't want to come off like I'm harping super, super hard on every influencer, because I do think that there are a couple that are decent. But I have a big problem with the ones who gain fame and fortune by exposing their children and documenting every intimate detail of their life surrounding building a family. From, before the pregnancy, you start with the wedding vlog, then you start with the we bought our first house vlog, then you start with the we're trying to have a baby, then you start with the pregnancy test and the is it a boy or a girl. Like, all of this is building up an audience to the point when this baby arrives, so that all of these lurkers can watch your children all day. It's fucking weird to me. And it's even worse when you adopt a child and then return him once he's no longer a good fit for your fake YouTube family. So anyway, I wanted to put this out there. So I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. I will keep them coming. I'm not going to react to every single video on Myka's channel, because personally I think that's a little redundant and boring, and my brain cannot take that much of Myka. So I will, react as I find videos. If you guys like this one, please leave me a like in the comments. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.